But then you have this third level, this inner level, and these are your core values. These are the things that if you compromised on these, you'd actually be embarrassed because they align so much with who you are. And you really wouldn't find a lot of joy in life if you compromised on them because they align so much with who you are deep in your core. And few people I find actually do the work to identify what their values are. A lot of times people know them and they can articulate them in some fashion. And often it's just kind of from their gut. They just know it resonates, but they don't go to that next level to actually really whittle them down and say, here's what they are, here's how I can live it out, here's a statement based on that value. They don't do the work necessarily to talk to other people and get the clarity that really could make that value be a driver in their life. Those values be a driver in their life. So recently, I actually asked a friend what his values were, and he said, well, staying true to myself and enjoying life. He gave me two of them. And I really see him living those out from my observations of his life, which, I don't get to see every part of his life, but I'm thinking that, yes, he pretty much does live those out. I like to have and help all of my clients identify their top 3 to 4 core values, maybe up to 6 if they really want to stretch it. But what I find is that 3 to 4 range. I used to even say the 2 to 3 range. I've gotten a little more flexible over the last few years. So a lot of my clients actually have like 4 values that they leave with, some a couple more, but never more than 6, I will tell you. And those things become a focus every day. I see a lot of companies, honestly, and just working with so many companies over the years, I see a lot of companies have 10, 12 core values, at least the ones that they identify as core values. And that can be a problem because our brains can't necessarily wrap around that many different essential concepts or principles. So it becomes very hard to make those things, to spread them throughout the culture and to remind the people that you work with and your colleagues that these are what we value and to make them part of your daily actions. It's just too complex. I was just talking, I do some work with a local company called Textron Aviation in Wichita, and they employ a lot of people in town. They're one of the probably 5 biggest employers in town. And I've really been drawn to, they redid their values over the last 3 or 4 years, I think. And so here's what they are: be human, be legendary, be collaborative, and be trustworthy. At least it's pretty inspiring. I think the be human is like, wow, okay, I can be myself. I can make mistakes. It's not a big deal. I think it's great. The more that you see the company actually living them out and reminding people of them, and you see the leadership living out those specific values, like they can make mistakes, they're gracious, that would be human, be legendary, that I'm assuming that is a good inspirational value to help people, do legendary products. I mean, legendary service, that sort of thing. Be collaborative while working together, be trustworthy. So that honesty thing, very big, but don't have too many. I would say 3 to 4 is great. Southwest Airlines core values: warrior spirit, servant's heart, and then fun-loving attitude. So those are their 3 core values. And if you've flown Southwest, I mean, personally, I see them living that kind of thing out. I mean, warrior spirit, like we're going to get through this thing. It doesn't matter how many delays or whatever's going on. A servant's heart, we're going to serve people. And that fun-loving attitude, there's a story about somebody complaining about a flight attendant being too goofy on a flight with Southwest Airlines. And they complained to the customer service department. And supposedly the president or the CEO sent a letter to this person saying, we will miss you, because they weren't going to change their values to accommodate a customer who didn't have a good sense of humor and want to have fun on a flight. I mean, they were going to stick with their core right there. So I think it's a great thing.